Right then. Two false alarms, I wouldn't worry about that. Shadow is still apparently handicapped. Not really, again, it's a false alarm. Right. Forward berries for Rehoboam. Not the best. Nice back gold though. Forward gold. But back berries for Shadow. So one of them's got forward gold, back berries. The other's got forward berries and back gold. So no, they both kind of got an okay map. But they're both very aggressive AIs, so this is going to be interesting. Both civs also have a strong eco bonus. Rehoboam's got better micro, but at least I think so. But then Shadow goes straight into skirms, whereas Rehoboam will have to switch into skirms. So advantages for both, really. I'm not sure what to expect, because I know that full skirm's still very strong, but then Rehoboam's very strong. So it's going to be interesting. And I think that if either of them has major bugs, then the other AI is going to win. Unless they both bug out majorly. Hopefully neither of them will. And let's see if let's see if Shadow has that Scout getting stuck bug, or if that's been fixed. Because its Scout tends to get stuck. It also has some other bugs sometimes with a lumber camp issue, but that seems fine so far. Hard to check how perfect the placement is. It seems close off, because I've turned the small trees mod off just because I missed the big trees. For playing, I need small trees, but I don't mind having nice big trees for casting. Oh, those vills are idle, that's not good. 2 vills in the Dark Age is huge, let's hope they get back to work. For Shadow's sake, otherwise it's not going to be such a close game, I think. It's really unfortunate for Shadow, because that's huge. The longer every second that goes by is like lost resource rate. And these vills may as well be dead in the meantime. Until they get back working, they're useless, right? In fact, they're a hindrance because they block the TC space. It looks like they're trying to go for sheep, but there's no room. Well, really, they should just take that board course. But it looks like phew. So it's not forever. Now they're working again. Back to you. So once from poor Shadow. Rehoboam's got a very strong Dark Age, but generally speaking, so. Yeah, definitely a better start for Rehoboam. Second lumber camp earlier for Shadow. And this time they're not having that issue. I've noticed sometimes they have this bug where these vills will be chopping here without the second lumber camp and walking all the way back down to there. So thankfully this time it's not happened. I don't know if it's fixed, or sometimes it doesn't always happen, but at least that's good for Shadow that they've not had too bad issues in Dark Age. But yeah, besides the vills being idle there, they both had good Dark Ages, but that was an issue for sure. And of course, the closer the game, the matchup, the more important things like that will be. So Rehoboam's already getting ready for archers. It's actually standard build order this, even if you're going 2 ranges. Although 3 villagers isn't quite enough even for 1 at range, it's a good amount to start with as you're upping before you add more. Because obviously you still need to put the village on food and wood as well. So it's good to see a nice built order from Rehoboam. But they're one villager sooner, but that does make sense with archers because skirms are quite wood and food intensive compared to archers, so you do tend to need a bit more eco. Instant to range, one fill each. This is all, so far this is like something like a Hera Archers build or something, just maybe it's like a Hera Archers build but with one extra villager before upping. Or like there's a mod called Interactive Build or the Guide. It's just like that one, because that one has the same amount of villagers as well. Turn that music down a bit again. Don't know why it feels so loud to me. Yeah. So got those buildings and military projections going to start later. And obviously you had some eco issues in the Dark Age, but hopefully they're being up later with an extra villager will help compensate for the Dark Age issues somewhat. But the other thing that might help Shadow have more of a chance is the fact that they're doing full skirms, so it makes looks like Shadow likes to flare his opponent and it's attacking even in 1v1. Yeah, I've noticed if there is any weakness for Rehoboam, it's that they tend to get their blacksmith fletching a bit on the later side. But that said, they've still got it in sooner than Shadow, so that won't be an issue. And obviously they do that in order to prioritise production. But as far as AIs go, they probably get it quite soon. Alright, let's watch the micro. Well, I've got a decent benchmark and no one, and it's just me spectating and it's on single player mode, so hopefully all those things together means that Rehoboam won't have too many micro stutter issues or whatever. I'm just going to put myself on natural ones to make sure I don't misclick anything. But they're both being quite cautious. My Shadow's going for it now. Rehoboam looks like they've got more. Yeah, even just the skirms. Okay, they're both +1 at least for attack and range. Scout's nearly dead already. Alright. Yeah, so they're a bit behind with the padded arch arm as well. Rehoboam's already got it. That will help against the archers, it shouldn't make a difference against the guns. Alright. Rehoboam's going in for the kill. I think it's because they know they've got more numbers. And because of their strong micro, they're probably quite willing to take close fights as well. DC's not in range of these skirms, so villager down. Going well for Rehoboam, and the score shows it, although that might be scouting as well. Definitely, Rehoboam's definitely winning at the moment. Let's see if this tower can help much. It's a pity there's nothing garrisoned in it, for Shadow's sake. One arrow is not going to do much to the skirmish in particular. Oh boy. Yeah. Rehoboam's not going in TC range either. Rehoboam's so strong then. Right now it's in range, but Shadow didn't garrison. Well, I wonder why that. Why isn't when Rehoboam gets in range of the TC? Why isn't Shadow garrisoning? Now, okay, now he is. Oh, another build down. Oh, look like there's one there as well, and another. Yes, that's. I'd make that one. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. All down already, I think. And some nice micro taken out. Like this, it's amazing to think this is an AI, right? It's playing quite human-like. Yeah, it is the right version. Because I just downloaded it from the pack. If it wasn't, then it was just that it almost not loaded. In which case I would reinforce, but it looks like that just wasn't fixed. It's definitely the one from the pack. The double checked as well. Oh boy. Good job I didn't restart because it is the right version at all. Yeah, I'd say it's GG. I didn't even notice this. I was like, where's Shadow? Sorry folks, I was distracted. Chat. So there is a counter. I'd still say it's GG though because Rehoboam's also up to castle. Interesting that Shadow opted for a counter attack. Not many eyes do that. Normally when an AI is under attack they won't go for you. They always prioritise wherever they're nearest. If they're close to your base they'll stay in your base, if they're close to home they'll stay there. That's normal for an AI, but it's interesting that Shadow went for the attack anyway. Shadow is getting some counter damage, but it's too little too late, unfortunately. And of course, mixing archers meant that helped with Rehoboam's castle time as well. Elite skirms and crossbow and lots of skirms. It's definitely GG, but now Rehoboam definitely doesn't throw an upgraded knights away against feudal units. They should definitely build those knights up and get upgrades. And not that it matters really, because even with throwing those knights away one by one, Shadow's not even clicking castle yet, so... And look at this. Rehoboam can afford to be wasteful. It'd just be even more effective if they weren't, right? But still, eventually... Oh, the +1 armor in as well, and bloodlines. As soon as +2 armor's in, it will be cost effective even to throw one at a time. Really. It's probably starting to be cost effective now actually until the spear gets here. Oh. And the knight should attack the spear, otherwise the spear's going to get free hits. Yeah, being really wasteful with the knights, but the game's already over. Rehoboam's done so much damage. Shadow did a little bit of damage much later. And considering how strong Shadow's looks so far in this tournament, I mean, they both look strong separately, but now seeing them against each other just goes to show how strong Rehoboam is, right? But they look this good against Shadow. Although Shadow did have the Dark Age issue. Let's see if Shadow has a little more of a chance next game. Yeah, it is interesting that Shadow is on the offensive. But this is a this is a good amount of knights, and it's going to clear that up now. Even without the +2, that's just pretty much just skirms, right? Rip. The amount of villager kills and army kills that Rehoboam's gotten with this one army. This is still the feudal army, just upgraded, right? Like, the amount of kills they've gotten is crazy. It scores like double. And Shadow just hit the castle just now. 31 minutes in. Rehoboam's been in it ages. Ouch. Well, it's possible Shadow will take a game, but I can safely say that Rehoboam will win the threat. Win the set. I can't imagine Shadow coming back 2-0, even without Dark Age issues. It does look like Rehoboam's stronger, although they're both strong AIs. And I must say that I played both of them, and Shadow beats me most of the time, but I still found Rehoboam even harder. And I was able to beat Shadow once, but I haven't been able to beat Rehoboam yet. Not great to throw them in the town centre, but if you can throw any unit in the castle edge on the town centre beside the Huskar and like knights with +2, elite skirms with +2 armour and all the units that you can just use to it's kind of worth it just to idle the builds. And in fact they're still getting kills, so it's actually worth it, this. Well, I'm going to call it, folks. I also need the bathroom anyway, so I'm gonna have to be right be a sec anyway, but this is so over. 9 food, idle TC, 29 pop, score 2,900 against 6,700, and pop 134, 108 bills, 3 town centres. This game, and going up to him. This game, I'm afraid, is completely over. So, over double the build count. Castle time was 7 minutes ahead. Field time was just like 1 villager quicker, or a bit better. Kills, look at that KD, 135 to 55. Largest army, almost double. One of them got raisins, but you can't really expect for scams to get raisins, right? Well, yeah, more than double the tech as well. 99% map exploration. I mean, this is an AI, folks. It's really strong for an AI, right? Should give Barbarian a run for his money. Right, so that's that. I'm going to be right back. Need the bathroom, so it was a good timing it finished there. I'll just do the score. Let's hope, for Shadow's sake, that they don't get 2 idle bills for Age. At least give them in Dark Age. At least it'll give them a bit more of a chance. I didn't see the Dark Age Scout book, so there was that at least. Right. I shall be right back. Right, I'm back, folks. So, Shadow is a very strong AI, by the way. So they might not have looked it in that game, but that's partly because Shadow had some issues, but in the Dark Age. But I think it was mostly because Rehoboam seems so strong that they're able to make even other strong AIs look weaker sometimes. So that's definitely if you're watching and you've not seen earlier series in the shit tournament with Shadow, and if Shadow's not able to take a win from Rehoboam, it doesn't mean that Shadow's weak. They're still one of the strongest AIs. It's just Rehoboam's latest couple of updates has turned it into a whole different beast, I should say. Right. I'll check. Obviously, the civs are always the same. I want to check is it the best of 3 or 5 or this point. Oh, it's a best of 5 now, folks. So that does give Shadow more of a chance to take a win. Because Rehoboam would need 3 wins in a row to sweep this. Right. Let's go. So, the resource positions didn't really come into play last game, because even though Shadow's forward goal did eventually get attacked, it was just as they were building a mining camp on it, and at that point had already taken so much damage on the wood and farms that it's like that didn't really come into play. So actually, I think this game is going to be less about the map and more about whether Rehoboam can do the same again, or whether Shadow's going to be able to stop that. Shadow did get enough units out initially. It's just a little bit less, but that was partly to being up slower. So let's see if Shadow can make up for that by hopefully having a better Dark Age this time than they did last game. And maybe they're able to get the blacksmith up a bit quicker, so if they can't have more army, maybe they can have more upgrades sooner or something. I don't know, it is difficult to... If your opponent's able to go up faster and still afford enough army and upgrades, then they're just going to have more units out, right? So it's going to be hard. Perhaps if Shadow has a forward tower like last time, that maybe does something a bit more this time, like maybe they garrison some villas in it. Like if they had a tower on this mill, and then Rehoboam goes to attack the mill and the very villages garrison in it. That's the sort of thing that might give Shadow a chance to come back in the series a bit. Other than that, I'm not seeing how Shadow can win this, because it does look like Rehoboam just gets more units out faster and even gets upgrades quicker. But again, it will also depend on and both civs have got good ecos, Franks and Vikings. It really does depend on Shadow's Dark Age a lot as well, and obviously Rehoboam's, but they seem to have consistently good Dark Age, so it's not perfect, but like building with 2 villas instead of 1, but it's things like that aren't as big deal as having 2 villas like Idle for Ages like last game for Shadow. I hope someone here who's watching is enjoying the stream. I hope I'm doing an okay job. Oh, it's the first game lost by Shadow in the tournament. Wow, I didn't know that. No more undefeated IAs, but I do maintain that if the only game that you've got to think of it this way though, Esty, the only game that Barbarian lost was when they bugged out massively. It's true that the only game Shadows lost is when they had lots of idle time in the dark games, though, still. But the game that Barbarian lost, they basically won the game, and they just lost because they got the 1 in 31 SIDS that they play where they have this error where they don't produce units. So yeah. Well, don't produce. I mean, they built stables and then it looked like they were trying to produce battle elephants, but it wasn't working for some reason. It's probably a fix that the Max would have put in, but because he's not active at the moment with the scripting, he hasn't been able to do it. But yeah, so I think it's really about whether Shadow is going to lose that hard again. Whether Shadow can win this one or not, because the Dark Age is better this time than last time. I still think Rehoboam's going to take this based on what we saw last time. Sure, it was an issue having 2 bills idle in Dark Age for so long, but it wasn't like enough to stop something like we saw last game on Rehoboam, I think. Would have just made it a bit closer, but still not that close, I think. Oh! So Shadows made an extra build for last time, so they're actually going up slower than last time, but you know, with an extra build, so they're actually 2 builds behind getting up. Now, obviously, if they manage to survive, then that will be good for them, but I fear that even without the bad Dark Age, going up 2 builds later than Rehoboam might not be a good idea. They might struggle more, actually. So it's going to be a while before they start getting their military production buildings even up. Oh yeah. So could it be the first game that Shadow loses where they don't have a bug? Although I don't think it was a bug technically. I think the villagers were just bad luck with the pathing. The villagers getting blocked. I think it can happen to any AI. I think it's just bad luck for Shadow game that. So, but yeah, I think if anything, this might be even more of a massacre because despite having a better Dark Age, because they've added an extra villager, you know, they're still building their ages. And Kevin's already got 2 archers out. But let's hope for their sake they can survive. They really need something like a tower that will help them out. And they need, like, not just let 1 arrow shoot. Put natural ones back on there. Yeah. Not the best power position, but it could be worse. It really depends where Rehoboam attacks. If they come this way, you know, then they're going to be in trouble. There's going to be in trouble. The blacksmith is coming up late. Oh! So they are affording... Oh no, there it is. I was surprised. Yeah, so they're even later with the blacksmith because they're up later. Oh, this is a sort of look that Shadow needs to avoid. Oh, I spoke too soon. To avoid the army. Now they're just going to die to a larger army. They're not even getting attacks off yet. Oh! They're getting chased down by now. They want to go back home by the looks of it. Right, they're doing fletching. All high ground and good micro and more range. And more attack. Yeah, you want to avoid that at the moment, Shadow. Scary. This is a slightly better situation. It's just Shadow's got to learn to garrison see more once they cross over this line. It should be an instant garrison rather than letting Rehoboam get 3 shots off on the elves. Therefore, so far, it's going a little better for Shadow because they've not taken as much damage as they did last game yet. Right. What's the response going to be here? Got less armies, so yeah, they need to put their villages to safety. Well, they cross over the line, and the TC doesn't garrison until it doesn't. It only sometimes does when maybe when the army's even further in. So it's damaging the efficiency of these farmers, but no veil kills yet. Oh, here comes first veil kill. So 1 veil down. And as far as I know, I don't think any of the units have gone down. Second veil kill. Ooh. Third. Fourth. No army kills from either side, but 4 veils down for Shadow. This tower looks like it might be useless again if they... Oh, okay, so at least they're garrisoning it, but it's another veil down. Rehoboam's doing a good job of avoiding that. So many IIs would just either stay too far from the tower or too close. Rehoboam's kind of able to do a bit of both. Oh wow. I don't think Rehoboam's lost a unit yet, you know. They've killed army and vills, but I don't think they've lost a single unit yet. One's almost dead, that's it. Yeah, there's like 1 unit that's almost dead, but they've not lost a single unit. This is just amazing. Look at that, 1,000 more score. And yeah, this is from the AI that was undefeated until last game. Crazy. Notice I'm not noticing any stutter issue on the micro either. And that's probably partly due to it being updated again, and also because I've got good benchmark and it's just me, the spectator and single player. Oh. Oh my god. Well, at least I've lost 3 units, but it doesn't really matter the amount they've killed and the amount of damage they've done. And it's just, the army's getting larger, not smaller. This is crazy. It shouldn't be this one-sided against Shadow, should it? But it is. So Rehoboam, they must have lost the game then. Can't remember what one they lost though. Oh, it was early. They probably lost early games before they got the update though, didn't they? That's the thing. They've probably not lost to the game since they had this update. Yeah, in early versions they're a lot weaker because their early game wasn't strong, but now it is very strong. Oh my god. Up to Castle Park. At least Shadow's up to Castle sooner this time, but they've got less army. Last time at least they had their army attacking Rehoboam, but this time, although they probably lost even more vills last game, they at least had some army of their own, but not anymore. Well, at least the TC finally gets some shots off. This is just ridiculous. Makes me feel less bad about struggling to beat the AI though, when it does this to Shadow. So many kills. And I always thought this wouldn't be that effective because of overkill from Focus Fire, but it's not doing only Focus Fire, it's doing other things as well. I'm just did speech. Sorry, I was literally speechless, folks. Just watching in awe, you know. $28 popped to 129. Rehoboam's 130. Over 100 pop ahead. Over double the score. Let's call it, folks. Wow. An 83-9 KD. I've not even seen a KD like that even from Rehoboam before. I think we can safely say that my benchmark's good enough. There weren't really any micro issues there. 83-9 KD. And of course, 9 9s are 81, so it's over 9 times the kills. Not to mention also better economy. That's crazy because Shadow's really strong, folks. Oh. It made me speechless, this game. This is actually I think this is the best I've ever seen Rehoboam play these two games. Also against me as well, but like the more recent games I played off stream against it, but because I know what's coming, I was able to hold on a bit better than Shadow. So I didn't see quite as much of a massacre, but yeah, that's just this is an AI. What's in store for the future of AO2 AIs? Oh my god. Okay, I think we're going to see a 3-0, folks. Oh my god. Crazy. This is just... I don't see any chance for Shadow. And I never thought I'd say that this tournament. Okay, there's a chance. Rehoboam could bug out. Oh, God. Let's see if Shadow can pull off a miracle comeback. Still here, folks. I just don't know what to say after that last game. I'm kind of astounded. I do like the second long backhand timing for Shadow. Funny thing is, Shadow did slightly better in the game where they did attack. Their castle time was a lot worse, but then they couldn't do anything. Yeah. I prefer the way they went up. One less fill the first game. Oh, it looks like they've gone up with the same builds this time. Rehoboam was just a few seconds fast. This gives Shadow the most chance we've seen so far, I think, because last time the Rangers were up just as Shadow started making their Rangers, but they've almost finished them now. I say that, but one of their builders went idle. At least one's up. Blacksmith's up already. Yeah. I think the only reason why it's so, as far as an AI goes, Rehoboam probably gets its blacksmith upgrades really quickly as well. And the only reason I thought they did it was because I was doing like 21 and 20 pop up against it and stuff. But yeah. Well, yeah, I'd say this is the best chance Shadow's had so far. They went up the same amount of builds. Shadow was just a few seconds later. Buildings could have definitely been up quicker, but yeah. At least they're on the hill, but they have got less army. Fight! 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 Weird they've pushed past each other then. Neither of them lost a unit though. They can't decide what to do, can they? Don't give Rehoboam the hill when you've had it so long, man. Alright, you're getting chased down. Uh-oh. Phil, move! Run! Run for your lives, Phils! Oh, first down. Second down. Oh boy. These are third down. Last time at least it took a while before they started killing dolls, but I can't wait to see Rehoboam micro against Barbarian. That's assuming they win this game, but I don't see them losing theirs. Yeah, Shadow's a lot stronger on user patch than on DE, but they're still really strong. I mean, they were undefeated until this point. Still really strong on DE, and they didn't have the Dark Age Scout buff, and they don't seem to have that anymore. I think it's just that Rehoboam's so strong since the last few days. It makes Shadow look um, less amazing, even though they are. Because I struggle to beat both these AIs, just Rehoboam. I've managed to win one game against Shadow, but still haven't beaten Rehoboam yet. But Shadow's still ahead of me, 3-1 in wins. Sorry, 2-1. So many kills. And again, the army's actually just growing in size. Rehoboam's book. Yeah, welcome to the losers bracket, Shadow. Deja vu. 96 pop to 35. And Shadow's still not up yet. No army, lost loads of builds, lost 5 8. Let's call it, folks. I don't think even the best human player in the world will come back from this situation against Rehoboam, to be honest. So, after having no losses the whole tournament, Shadow gets 3-0'd. And the only games Rehoboam's lost are the games they played before they had their update, which made them so much more powerful. It's ridiculous. I forgot to do the last game, but that was the third. I'll be right back. I need the 12 votes. I better check the KD. 65 to 4 KD, folks. Oh, at least should have got more map exploration this time.